Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Kim here. And today I'm doing a little not unboxing, an unbagging of goodies that I got from Jen and Deb. We got together a couple weeks ago on a Sunday. They like to do what they call art in the park, which is awesome. And it was the most beautiful day to go. It was not super hot. We had a really nice tree shading us, and we had a huge picnic table. And the girls brought so many snacks. I brought two things. They brought so many snacks. I thought there was 50 people coming. But it was all good. It was wonderful. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. And so the idea is to just hang out for, a few hours in the park and do art. Although, we didn't get much done. I worked on my slow stitching projects, but didn't get very far. And of course, I knew I was coming to see them soon, so I have been stockpiling things for them to give to them. And so we were exchanging goodies and putting them in our cars. I emptied my car of stuff, and my husband helped me load everything up. And then when I came back, he said, "You have just as much stuff as when you left." He said, "I thought you were leaving some of this behind." I said, "This is what I got back." Isn't this lovely? This came from Deb. This is the bottom of a skirt and the lining. The lining is here as well, I think. Well, no, maybe it's just all skirt. I don't know if you can see it in here, but it's a lovely green, like a foresty emerald, almost very regal green. And it has a shimmery finish to it with these roses. And I hope you can see the roses in the picture. I can't really tell from here where I'm looking, but it's just beautiful. So I thought I would give you something to look at before I get started. And I'm going to also do my digitals on this video because I've got so many videos lined up, and I really want to get these done and remind you to have a look at them. So for some of you that don't know, I have a new Facebook group with my friend Caroline from Caroline's Craft Tree. She's a YouTube channel, and her link is below in the description, as well as Jennifer's YouTube channel and Deborah's YouTube channel are both in the description box below. So do visit their channels. They offer so many wonderful things. Deb loves to shop. Even though we've tried to put her on a shopping diet, because she's a little unorganized. She said she's got to get everything organized. But she loves to shop, and she finds some great things. And then, and she does journals and ephemera making and all kinds of fun things. And Jennifer has such a talent for collage, and I'm always in awe when I see the pieces that she creates, and she just creates them on the fly right in front of you. So do watch her channel, because she does some amazing glue books, and it just blows your mind how she puts things together, and how she files things that she can work with. And her colors are just amazing. I told her I could just sit in her studio all day long and look at her glue books. I know I would have so much fun doing that. So yeah, their links are below as well. Kind of got lost there. I was just enjoying myself there with Jen and Deb all over again. But Caroline and I have started this new Facebook group called Creative Collections of Free Digital Printables. And every day we post, both of us post 1 or 20 digitals in a day for you to click on and download to your computer and print for free. They're all free. So this group is just for Caroline and myself to give these images to you. It's a way for us to have them all hosted in one spot. It's a way for you to come and see the collections all in one spot, because you can go through the posts, and every post is just Caroline and I giving you free stuff. The only other posts you will see on occasion is maybe I'm doing a tutorial and I'm showing you how to use a certain digital that I'm giving you for free. So I may have the tutorial in there as well as the link to the free images. And same with Caroline, she might do the same. But we wanted this group to be nothing else so that you don't have to worry about feeding through all kinds of posts to find the good stuff. So that's what this group is for. And it allows us to share with you as well as inspire you and hopefully have you join our YouTube channels and just create a web of interest in our products and our channels. So every week, at some point in the week, I try to show you the digitals that I've uploaded for the week. And I think Caroline is going to be doing the same thing so you don't miss out. So that when you see something, you go, oh, I didn't download that. You can go back to the group and find it and download it. We do recommend that you join the group. It is a public group and it's, there are no rules for seeing everything in there. There's nothing to hide. There's no personal stuff or anything. So it's easy to just go there and take the images, but we encourage you to join the group so that you can be updated and get notification every time we do post something new. And it's every single day. Every day we put something up new. If I miss a day, you get twice as many the next day. That's how I've been doing it. So I'm just going to show you. Now, this is all what I did this week. Now I print on the back side of paper that's been used, so you can expect to see weird things on the back while I'm doing this, but hopefully I don't have too many of those papers. So I'm just going to quickly go through them. So this was a set of envelopes that I did, and there are many pages. Easy to cut out and make into a pocket for your journals, or you can collage it onto an envelope so that you have an actual envelope behind it, or you can use it as a journal card and have on the flip side you can have some blank paper for people to write on. So lots of options. So there are different kinds. They're vintage style and different colors, different sizes. Some have airmail. And then I couldn't resist. I did these little ones and they were so cute. These would be great for tabs. They're the perfect size to put as a tab to do, maybe some hidden paper clips, some clusters, of course, and little snippets, backed with some fabric, and also as collage elements on your art creations. So then the next day, after I gave you all that for one day, then the next day I gave you one. And it is just kind of a Victorian vintage floral. The idea behind this is you can cut them up into tags, or you can cut it into bigger pieces. You can collage with it. You can use it for making snippets. You can cut out the elements. So just a fun page. And the next day I did this set of sun goddesses. So I did a set of 9 ATC size cards and then some journaling cards. I'm going to be working with these later this week. So I'm going to leave these out so I remind myself. But a nice set of sun goddess cards. And then I gave you these fun lacy, bright colored ATC cards to go with it. So I'm just going to pull these because I want to remember that I want to use these very soon. And then the next day, I was doing my purple journal kits, and they are now available for sale on Coffee if you want to go and purchase them. I have 4 available. And so I had the color purple on my mind, and I figured for anybody who wanted, I have some purple goddesses now. They're also sun goddesses, but in purple, and some purple currency. This is, again, one of those collage pieces that you can cut up in any direction you want and any way you want, and fun colors that, coordinate together to create the purple shades. The next day, now I might be more than a week behind. So this, I think there's quite a few here, quite a few days. The next day I gave you tickets and coupons. So there are some little tickets here, La Junta's Christmas preview ticket prizes and some claim coupons. And then these are little 1-cent ideal coupon checks. Some of them are blank, some of them have stamping in them. But even if they have stamping in, it's very faint. These were actual, real, authentic pieces, and I scanned them and cleaned them up to put into a digital. And you can use your ink stamps over top or right in there, or however you want to work with them. Fun little pieces. Lots of instant ephemera if you cut all of these out. Lots. Some birds. I had a very small bird catalog, and so this was it's older, it's public domain, so these are scanned pages of that catalog. These are great for journal cards, you know, just a little bit of a label or a specimen card or something added onto these, and then, you know, your journaling paper on the back, and they're instant to go into your journals. So then I again did some smaller ATC size cards, just to have a different size. And, you know, these are sometimes fun. ATC size is fun to stick in a pocket. So if you make an instant, you know, it doesn't take much. Put a backing on it and, you know, maybe a couple of little labels or something, and you have an instant journal tuck spot or a tuck that you can put into your journal. So then the next day I finished off the currency because I did have it in shades of reds and gold colors. And I also had it in this sort of a sepia color as well. So you can see these are just this past week's. It's, you know, it might be a week and a half because I think I did it Thursday, plus a week ago Thursday. The next day was some postal collage. These were collages I did years ago, and they turned out so nice. I've used this so many times. I had just glued this all onto a master board, and then I thought, you know, this looks so good, I'm going to scan it. And I scanned it and again got it ready to use. And so now I can just print it whenever I want. And the fun part about this is I can glue this down to a heavier card, put a napkin over top, put some labels, collage flowers on here. It's just endless. You could put a stamp over the stamp. So there's lots of possibilities just with this piece of paper. And trust me, I have printed this so many times in my life. I can't even think now, and used it for so many bases and then just built on top of it. And I was playing around and I did kind of an overlay of some airmail envelopes to give you, again, a different collage look. But this one, definitely my favorite. I have probably had this since... I would say the year 2000. So it's about 25 years old, this piece. I don't have the original piece anymore, but the scan I have. And then, I guess I printed these twice, but I was going to use them. That's why. I had a plan. Okay, and then the next day, because I'm trying to clean up a lot of old stock, or old digitals that I have on file that need to be archived, and they were just sitting there waiting for me to finish with them. And so that's what I'm uploading a lot of, is some of this stuff that may have come out in Freebees before. It may have come out in my members digitals, because those now are all going to be become free. They're all going into the same public domain thing that I'm going to let them be free to the world. So here I have a set of frames. Now that's upside down. And I did these in so many sizes. I can't remember how many there are that I uploaded. But the larger size, this journal card size, would be great to cut out the center and use it as a frame. You can collage over top of it. You can use this as a specimen piece that you're going to turn into a specimen card. Or you can use this as a sampler. So maybe you have a piece of fabric that you want to showcase on here. You can use it as a sampler, or you can glue a piece of fabric over top, and then the fabric would flip up and you'd have our little writing spot. So then you could decorate and collage on the fabric. So there's so many things you could do. You could make a hinged paper to cover this and sort of a hidden flip. So I've given you all different types of images. Like this is an accounting page in green. This is an old book page, a postcard. So just fun backgrounds to use where you can enhance or showcase something in the center. And then I gave it to you in different sizes. Sometimes you just want to print something and do the same thing over again and have a collection. So they are 9 on a page. They are about the ATC size cards. They would fit on an ATC. So again, I just did a series of those, and there are more big ones in here coming up. And then there are some minis. That's upside down as well. Everything's upside down. I think I grabbed the pile the wrong way. So there are minis. These are great to focus a stamp. You could put a postage stamp in here and it would look so cute. It's like its own little personal card that you can use it for. And then I did other sizes. So here you could do a fabric swatch. You can do some small images. You can do a collage of flowers over top, labels. And then back to some of the larger ones again. This is just a German book page. Some pansies map. And this is actually a lace crochet doily at the back there. Some wood grain. I think this was a library card, music, and again, more book pages. Just fun. They just inspire me to just cut one out and do something with them. And so that's why I made lots of these. Different colors, different design type papers. This one has bees on it. I have a little bug flying around me here. Go away. And it keeps buzzing back at me. And then, there were some more of these. They got mixed up in my pile here. So there's some more ATC size with, that's an advertisement, some distressed paper. This is another image that I had created years ago and loved it and scanned them and have used that image as well over and over again. Music sheet. Here's the pansies reduced down to a smaller size. Maps. And book pages. I think that's it for those. Yes. That was, I think, yesterday's. Maybe I'm missing something. I'm not sure. Anyway, today's, which is Sunday, you got a set of 12. Now, I printed these on weird papers, and I'll show you that in a minute. You got a set of 12 pages of tags, and they are wildflowers from the Wildflowers of the British Isles collection, and that is in public domain. And I took the images and cleaned them up and edited them to make tags and different size cards and things to enhance the journals. Now this is 12 pages, but there are another, I think it's 98. I think, or it might be actually 100, but I think it's 98 in total, pieces to this collection. And you only got 12 pages today. So during the course of the week, I will be showing, a few every day, probably about 20, 25 every single day until they're all done. And there are minis, like mini little collage items, like domino size pieces and, just little mini cards and ephemera that you can make. There are journaling cards, and then there are full size pages that you can print and downsize and edit yourself all on your own. If you are, a little bit savvy, it's easy enough to do. And then you can expand this collection to the maximum. And I thought about, condensing it and just giving you a few, but I couldn't decide which ones because I love them all. And so I just have to share it with you. You can go to the blog and you can pick through and flip through and download which ones you want as they come up. But I'm sure you're going to be like me and you're going to download them all. And why not? Because this is a collection. It's a timeless collection, and it's something that you can use in so many ways in your journal. So I hope you will enjoy using them. So these are just the shipping tags. Now this one has 12 on the page. So they're, they're 3.5 inches tall, approximately. And then all you have to do is back them onto some cardstock, or, a lightweight chipboard, or, you can use them with several layers of paper to give it a little bit of, substance, so that you can add them into your journals. They can be flips on a page. They can be, all kinds of things. I could go on and on. These ones are 6 to a page. Aren't they gorgeous images? I never tire of them. It's something I enjoy working with, and they fit into so many journals. So then I have another 12 to a page. Then I start getting crazy, and this has got 2, 4, 6 times 4, 24 to the page. And then there's these little minis, too many to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 by 6. So there's 54 on this page. 54. You print this. If you can print it onto cardstock, if your printer allows you to, that's half the work. Okay. If you can't, a paper like this can be glued down to a file folder, or you could print on a file folder if it'll go through your printer. Cut them out, hole punch. Add a little eyelet, put a couple of ribbons through there and a ball pen, and you've got an instant ephemera piece, like a little charm that you can put on your journals. 54 of them right here. You could spend a day or an afternoon putting these together, and you will have a beautiful collection of little pieces to add to your journals. It's just so easy. So again, there's more here in 12 pack. And so you can see the colors. How would I decide which ones to give you? I have no idea. So I gave you all of them. I gave you everything. It's one of those things that, I know you're going to have fun with it, and you're going to enjoy it so much. And here's another 6 to the page. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? What is this one? Is this loose strife? I know it's technically a noxious weed, but it's beautiful. And this must be wild roses here. Just gorgeous colors, very subtle. So here's again different sizes on those ones. Another 6-pack, and these are, again, they're 5-inch tags approximately, maybe 5 1/4, but I think they're more like 5 inches. Now this one, I printed these on book pages, but I didn't realize this book page had something on it that was so covering, but I can easily cover that with a patch of fabric. Once I cut it out, you won't notice it. I can fix that up very easily. But you can see how they are here. What I did is I printed them on this book page with the writing, so that you could see the writing in the background, or the script in the background. I could have printed them on this side, but this is actually heavy enough paper that I can just turn these into journal cards just like that. So I was happy to do that. But the paper wasn't wide enough, and so I did have some issues with ink, because this is a little fold in the page here, so I had some issues where the ink wasn't working well. But I will just trim it down accordingly and just use it that way. But I love the weight of this paper. And then here was another 16, but I had forgotten to say, centered, and so it printed to the edge of the page. We all have those things happen. Anyway, if that's not enough for you for 1 week, I don't know what is, right? That's a lot of creativity that is just waiting for you to print. And as Nancy says, I'm going to run out of ink. I've had a few of you now comment and say I'm running out of ink. I'm going to suggest you get a lot of ink, because if you think I've got a lot, Caroline is now doing these little bunchy things too. I've noticed she's doing more than 1 or 2 at a time. And we have so much to offer, and it's just fun, and it's fun reading your comments, and it's fun. I want to see you guys make stuff with these things. So do be sure to add some of your photos. If you've done something with these tags, leave a comment under these tags so other people can see what you made using those same digitals. So I would love if you would do that, or or even if you just send us the pictures onto the post, we will dissect the pictures from the post and put them in the rightful category of the image that it comes from, so that people can go and download the images when they see it. So that's it for my digitals. I just had to get this done, and I don't want to make this video too long, but I really wanted to get these done so I could put them away. So do head to the group. The information is in the description box below, and join the group if you want to get regular notifications. So Deb gave me this beautiful fabric and a lot of it. So I'm going to have to make some ruffles with this, and I'm going to use some, I think, as inside linings. There are lots of possibilities with this fabric. It looks like it's the bottom of a dress and that it was gathered up. So you can see how many layers I have here, I think. And so I will have a lot of use for this fabric, no doubt. Another piece she gave me, and she's fun. She reminds me of Thelma, because Thelma will do this to me too. She gave me a sleeve. Just cut off the sleeve off of a garment, whatever it was. Look how beautiful this is. If I had two of these, I could wear them. Look how fancy it is at the bottom. Isn't that beautiful? And they have these gorgeous sequin flowers, and of course the leaves to go with it. Now, these are a little harder to harvest, but you can. Because there's beadwork around it. But, I can go around this flower. I see it's a little tight here between the leaf, but I can get around it. And I can cut it out to use as an applique. And there are quite a few of them on here, as you can see. So sometimes it's a good idea, before you actually do cut the items out of the fabric, is I will put some plastic on the inside. I don't have anything like a plastic bag or something, just so that the two sides don't touch each other. And where, I hope you can see, oh yeah, you can see pretty good. Okay, actually you see better than I can see here. So where the appliques are, I will run some white glue, just your tacky glue. You could use Fabri-Tac, I'm sure, but you don't want to put too much. So use a very small applicator, or a smaller type of. I don't have. Where's my stuff? Oh, my stuff is still on the other table. But use a smaller applique to spread some glue along the back side of this and let it dry. And the reason you put plastic in between is so that it doesn't touch the images on the other side. And I would, it takes a little bit of time. Use a brush, or, a finger tool or whatever to spread the glue out. And this just helps so that when you cut it, you don't have to worry about the gems falling off on the other side. And not every garment can you actually get to the edges, because some of them are connected non-stop through the whole thing. So that is where it's really important to glue across those pieces, so that when you cut them out, the beads aren't going to fall off. You're gonna lose a few, regardless, but for the most part, you should be able to salvage and keep everything connected, and so that it doesn't fall off. But do the gluing on the back side first. Let it dry, for a couple of hours, so that you can see that it's dried clear, and then cut them and trim them that way. So yeah, this is going to be a fun sleeve, Deb. I love it. There are so many appliques. Let's just see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it looks like 7 on here. So these are beautiful. And then all the leaves, these are beautiful pieces to cut out and use for slow stitch, or as a element on a page, or as a decoration on the outside of your journal. Lots of uses. So pretty. And then she gave me some purple fabric. Oh, she gave me a pair of sleeves. This is velvet, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful purple, so I'm going to put that with my purple collection. I will most likely use this, although there's probably enough up here to do a journal. But such a waste because by the time you put stuff all over it, you don't see it afterwards. So what I most likely will use this for is making flowers, because velvet flowers turn out so beautiful. And so she's given me 2 sleeves. You know, I could walk around and wear them. My husband already thinks I'm nuts. Why not? But 2 beautiful sleeves that I can turn into some lovely flowers. Gosh, I wish I have a million more hours in my life. She gave me a roll of silver fibers, and it's the eyelash. They call this the eyelash one, right? And beautiful color, very shimmery, great for trim. So thank you for this one. I love this. I don't have this color, so that's fun, and it matches very nicely with this. So I think I could see, I'm seeing a nice color combination here. And then this looks like it is also part of the same green dress, but it is, I think it is, yeah, it is the trim on it. Look at this trim. Isn't this gorgeous? So she's left me the work, which is good. And I will definitely take this apart and use the trim on a journal. This would be just lovely on the base of a journal cover. Very nice. And then there could be some spot elements or something that I can use the end pieces for. Lovely. And then this is gathered. This lends itself to, it makes me want to do something with it. I like this. I don't know what's inside. It's a little bit heavier, so I will have to explore it further. But regardless, it's easy enough to take apart and use for slow stitching. But very pretty, and again, very complementary in all of this colors together. I like it. And then she gave me some of this peacock ribbon. Isn't this beautiful? So this is going in my peacock box. And I know people are like, okay, make the journal already. I probably have enough to make 10 journals, but I just haven't got the gumption yet to start it, because once I do, that's it. I'm into doing peacock journals. And then once I'm done, I won't want to do a peacock journal ever again. Sort of like Deb always talks about Peter Rabbit books, how many Peter Rabbit books she's done already, how many more she's going to do. But this is beautiful. And you can, again, see the color combinations coming together here. It's just so pretty. It makes me want to make a journal of just what's here. Just lovely. This ribbon is always really nice to take the wire out and use it. This is perfect for a belly band, just like this. You don't have to do anything else to it. Just cut it, stitch it to the top and the bottom, or glue it, and it's an instant belly band that is quite decorative. So that's a good possibility, because there's lots of material here to do that with. It's also good to trim on pockets. You can make a side belly band the other way, but it's nice to trim on a pocket as well. So something like that would look nice just over as an overlay on the green. So you could have a larger green pocket and then have this over top of it as a secondary pocket or little belly band to finish it off. Beautiful. Thank you, Deb. I love this. And the grand piece from Deb. Oh my goodness. It is gorgeous. Now she bought this and she paid a handsome price for it. It was not one of these, thrifty finds that we find, but it is so beautiful, and I will harvest some of this and give it back to her. She was just she didn't know how to take it apart. She didn't want to take it apart. And I said, oh, well, it's going to get chopped. So I'm going to show you. First of all, it's a beautiful blue, beautiful shade of blue, and has all of these little beaded appliques. These I would probably just cut out little circles or little patches and use them for slow stitching. I may actually cut it, sort of a 2-inch by 2-inch square, leave them like that as little slow stitch patches, and then use them whenever I'm doing slow stitching in these colors, and then further enhance them with other beads and things. But if they line up, which I haven't really explored that yet, if they line up really nicely, then I can easily make a trim with them. So it depends on how this tears. Sometimes you can get it to tear very nicely. And then I would just leave those and maybe further enhance it by adding more. It's, I don't know. I've got so many ideas that I could use this for, but most likely it'll be slow stitching and then maybe tearing some strips in between to make ruffles that I would use to complement it. But it's just gorgeous. Now, all around the outside edge is this beautiful sequin trim, and it's continuous and it's machine done. So I do have to be careful, you know, wherever I cut, I'm going to have to, again, glue it down first and then cut and then probably do some repair work or just do some double stitching so that the end pieces don't come apart, or tuck it into something on the journal where you're not going to see it so that you do have a finished edge. This goes all the way around the whole scarf, but the grand part is now on this side it's not as intense, but let's see. Okay, there's the two ends. There we go. Or the one end. On the end it has this beautiful applique. Isn't this just gorgeous? So this can be cut out just like that. You can go around it completely. You don't have to worry about cutting into the beads at all. And then use it as an applique on another, you know, on a journal cover. So that is most likely what I will do there. Now it has some beaded tassels here, and they do look like they've either, yeah, this one's lost its beads. But there's a little bit of a gap here. So it's possible to kind of tie them all together and make a tassel out of this. That would be so fun and so easy to do. Just tying them off at the end with a good knot, and then maybe further enhancing it to turn it into a tassel. So there's two of these at this end. Like you can see all of this trim goes all the way around it. So there's one here. So I will harvest some of this to give back to Deb because I know she would enjoy using this. She was just nervous about taking it apart. And I wouldn't want to cut into this because definitely you'll lose beads like crazy. And so there is another tassel at this end. And this one has the 4 strands, but it looks like they've tied something together here. I'll have to look at this further. I'm wondering if I'm going to lose one. The other option too is to carefully take these off, unstring them, and restring them properly with good thread, and the same thing. So it's just a matter of laying them down, cutting one individually, and slowly pulling the beads off so you don't lose their order, and then stitching them back together with another thread. And then this way you have control of the length of the thread and where you're going to put it. So there are some options for that, but I will wait till I'm ready to use this. But the other end is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Now she said, how are you going to cut that? Same way I just told you, is by putting glue on the back side, because some of this continues one after another. There are the beads there, and so you can see all of this is okay because this is one little section. If I put glue on the back of this, then I can easily trim this out. But you don't want to put too much glue because you don't want the glue to seep through to the front because it will leave a mark. But some of this is continuous, like, you know, there's not much room here. The thread probably jumps right into that one, so it's not easy to take these apart. I have to examine and look at each one individually, and like if you look at the end on this one, like it goes very close, and in this case it goes right into the outside edge trim. So sometimes you have to say, okay, well, we're going to just let that part go. But, you know, it's connected from this onto this, which goes to that. So eventually something's got to give, whether it's the outside beads or something around the edge here. But it just means that I'll have to do a little, you know, analysis before I actually cut it, and then see what has to be done so that it, yeah, see, you can see, maybe you can't on camera, but there are threads here that connect all of this together. So once you cut into it, you put a little bit of stress on wherever the cut is that the beads could come off. But it's just, you know, maneuvering and stitching and gluing and working at it until you get it to work. But this one is fringed all along the bottom here. There's a few that are caught, so I'm not sure, but there's a fringe along the bottom here, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more appliques. They're just stunning. The other option, of course, is to cut out along the top here and down the side, knowing I'm going to lose some of those beads and then using a bigger piece. So this might wrap around a journal cover along the front. Whatever I'm doing, I will try to take you along when I get to this one. You know, it's one of those things that I don't always have. Sometimes I'm working on something and I just quickly get it done. But other times, if I know I'm going to be doing a slow process, then I will turn on the camera and at least show you how I do something or how I plan to do something, and kind of let you see it from there. It just gives you more options when you're out looking for things, that you can comfortably take something apart, knowing once you know how to take it apart. Now this one's lost a row of beads, and it's understandable. Something like this, if you're using it, it's so easy to catch on things. But just beautiful beads to play with, and beautiful colors. I love this. Thank you so much, Deb. I will share it back to you once I've started making cuts into it, and it won't be very long before I get to this one, because you know it's on my mind to give you some back. But I love it, and I'm going to enjoy using it. So these were my goodies from Deb, and then I have a couple of bags of goodies from Jenn as well. So I'm going to move some of this over. And, you know, it's not just the goodies. It's hanging out with these girls that is so much fun, and sharing these items back and forth with each other. If there are others of you that are living in New Brunswick, you know, we don't seem to have an issue with travel. So come and join us, or you know, let's meet up or hook up one way or another, that we can all get together, you know, whether it's we all meet halfway somewhere. Because it is so much fun. And, you know, when you finally meet people from your own clan, from your own, you know, tribe, and you have the like minds and the creativity, it's just, I walk at least, you know, a foot off the ground every time I've been with any of these girls, including my gal pals from Manitoba, for days, because the creativity is just so intense. And sometimes I go home, I'm exhausted, you know, because we've just shared so much and enjoyed the experience so much. It's not about actually making anything. It's just about sharing and talking and all the fun that we do to do all these goody things. Way too much fun. And then there's the food and sleeves that I can wear to make my husband crazy. Thank you, Deb. So now I have Jenn's goodies. Now Jenn gave me, well, she gave Deb and I a big huge shopping bag of fabric to go through. And Deb said, not even gonna look. She said, you take it home and go through it, and I don't want any. She just didn't, that was it. She didn't want any, because she's got quite a bit of stuff going on right now. So I did. I took it home, and it was all beautiful fabric. There was one piece that I didn't care for that is going into the thrift box. Normally I would have, well, it's actually not in the thrift box. It's in another box, and I will probably set it aside to take to one of these creative hubs where they do things. But other than that, all the fabric was beautiful. So eventually I will share some of it with my thrifties or whoever, you know, as I go along, but I'm not cutting into it now. You know, there were a couple pieces I cut into, but I was making some dog collars, so I cut into some of the smaller cottons. But the rest of it I put aside to go through when I have a little bit more time. So Jenn, I'm not going to show those, but she gave me 2 other bags of fabric goodness. Now I'm going to quickly go through this one. She went through some of her fabrics. She was doing a purge, and I just said, yep, again, Deb didn't want any of it. I don't know if this was one. I have a bag that's got my name on it, but I think this was one of those sharing things too. But I'll just quickly flip through some of this fabric. There are lots of pieces that repeat. So now she's got on the outside of this plastic yo-yos. So maybe she was going to make yo-yos out of them. There's a lot of yo-yos here. So there's this blue, and well, the blue, and then it goes into the same fabric in this reddish color. And then there's yellow. Look at all this. Oh my goodness. That's pockets. That's yo-yos. That's mini ruffles. And then there's plaid. Isn't this beautiful? Thrifties, if you're watching, if you want a little sampler, just say sampler and I'll give you a little bit of everything. Because there's lots here. And look at this blue. Isn't that pretty? And yellow. And then look at these. They're already cut. This is an instant fabric flip. Just like that. Now it's cut. I can do a lace overlay on top, add a little ribbon trim up there, and maybe even staple a label on for fun, and then give it a serial number or something, and it's good to go. It's an instant flip that you can put in your journal. Cut it down. It's an instant pocket. So I love those kinds of pieces to work with. And then there's some pink here, and a little bit more of this green, and more pink and green. And then this fabric, and then there's some, oh, this is beautiful, bright. I love that color, bright green. This is very pretty. This is, it's very similar to some of the floral patterns that you see now done in watercolor, the digitals. So it's very similar to that. Very pretty. I don't know what these would have been. They look like oversized pockets to me. But fun fabric to play with. This is delicious. Ooh, I love this. So yeah, if you would like a little sampler, Thrifties, let me know. I will add it to your package and we will spread the love. And then there's this fabric. And then there's some gingham looking fabric. This is fun. This is fun to use if you're doing a cooking journal or anything retro. It's fun. Oh, this pink is pretty. And there's that kind of a coral color. And then the blue. Oh, I think that's my favorite. No, I think the green is my favorite still. I love it all. I love it all. But there's a lot here, so I'm happy to share if any of my Thrifties would like to have a little sampler. I will be happy to include that for you. So thank you, Jen. And then she gave me another baggie of goodies. And all kinds of things in here. So I didn't even look at these. They are, some kind of a sampler. Oh, this is interesting. Some kind of, I guess it would have held negatives at one time, right? Oh, I like this. This could be fun. This could easily be replicated too, where you have, maybe have the date turned around, a little, tag at the top, and then the sampler goes in, but then your stuff would fall out, wouldn't it? I'd have to think about this, but I like this idea. I think this could be where you put some kind of a fun little piece in here that is interactive and that you can take out and play with. I like it. And then these, cribbage. Cribbage. Well, isn't that a great way to play crib? So you just mark it as you go along. Well, that's fun. And she's given me 2 different designs. They're, again, interactive that you could add into a journal. Always wanted to do a journal called Games People Play. And have, just it's a play on words, but games people play and have things like bingo cards and a checkerboard. So, whoever makes this, if you like the idea and you make one, please let me see it. But something like this would fit in there nicely. And, you could have, of course, a deck of cards, and you could have a sort of a snakes and ladders game that folds out. Oh, it's getting more and more exciting just talking about it. If somebody makes one, please let me know how it turns out. But yeah, this would be a good page for something like that. And then some voicemail logs. We don't use those things anymore, do we? Only in our journals. Lots of fun papery scraps here, which is fun. Guest lists, seating plans, ledger paper. I love these small sheets like this. And some timesheets. That's fun. Ledger, receipts. Oh, some time cards. I don't know if I have any time cards left, so I'm going to enjoy those. A calendar. Some other timekeeping. Monthly payments for mortgages. Bank of Friendship. Oh, these are fun. I promise to give you a makeover. I promise to forgive you for almost everything. Fun. Not going to give those out to anybody in my household. Some sales receipts. Love these. Oh, always so easy to decorate these with napkins and some small ephemera. Guest checks. This is fun. This is the kind of material that, we use all the time. And so it becomes so easy to put in a book. Phone memos. Love these. Address books. More pieces from my games people play. Look, a bridge score pad. So this would be fun things to add into those type of journals. I've had some of these before. Auto Bridge Basic Course. To teach beginners and improve average players. I know nothing about bridge. Score pads. So yes, this would be the fun kind of book to do called Games People Play. Payday Loan Record. I think there's a game called Payday, isn't there? Contract Bridge. Scrabble. Ipswich. Contract Bridge Score Pad. Contract Bridge. Very interesting. Another score pad here. It's funny. It says individual scores, and it says players. First rubber, second rubber, third rubber. I don't know what that means. We, they. Okay. So yeah, fun. I'm going to set these aside because now that I have a nice collection of them right here, thank you, Jen, I will put it towards my Games People playbook. But yeah, you might want to come up with something like that. I mean, it is, the song is more, about a romantic encounter, but oh, Yahtzee, that's fun. Yeah, I'm loving this triple Yahtzee. But yeah, I'm just thinking of the song Games People Play and when I was coming up with this idea. Pass the picks, score sheets. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this one. And then this is some type of I guess it must have been a bag topper or something. Yeah, it looks like a bag topper that probably had something in it. But these would be fun. This would be super easy to just collage over top of this, and you can make a really nice bag topper if you wanted to put something into. Okay, more fun. I am saving the best for last in this bag as well. More different types of little cards. Oh, these are bridge cards, tally cards. Love that. Ocean. The flowers. I've got a few of these myself now, but these are really pretty. Tally, there's a gate, little girl, kitty cat, another kitty cat. Oh, so pretty. Fun. I've got a few in my own collection, so, and here's this. I have this one too. I have it somewhere. I know I had it, if I don't have it. And then some teacup paper. That's cute. That would make a signature page right there. Just fold it in half and it's good to go right into a journal. If you're doing a tea journal. and some province of Canada, Manitoba. I guess she knows I'm from Manitoba. The only thing I miss about Manitoba is my friends and St. Pierre Bakery Pizza, and of course their donuts. Oh, look at this strawberry tissue. You know, Deb and Jen are both doing strawberry journals, so everything is strawberries for them. And I found a few things and passed it along. And then, you know, because they're collecting, of course, these things just pop into your site when you're out thrifting. So whenever I would pick stuff up for them, it's like, okay, I'll give them a bunch of this stuff, but maybe I'll keep one for myself. And the next thing you know, I've got a whole little stash of strawberry things, but they're doing strawberry shortcake journals because they're young enough to have loved strawberry shortcake. And I think my nieces were either in between that. So I missed the whole strawberry shortcake thing with the kids growing up. We were into Cabbage Patch big time. But the strawberry thing I've missed, so I don't have that connection that they do. And, you know, it's so fun to watch them ooh and ah over little silly little things that are so cutesy, and it's just not my thing. But now I want to do a strawberry wine journal. So I've been collecting things to do a strawberry wine journal. When? I'll do it right when I get my Games People Play journal done, right after that one, and just before the peacock ones. Little tea bag, tea leaf holders. This is a fun shape. I love this. Okay, this comes from David's Tea. The label's on the inside here. That is a really fun shape. I have the little rectangular ones, but I haven't seen them like this. Fun to add into journals as well. See if there's some fun mix of stuff in here. This is cool. What is this? See, I just looked at it briefly while we were sitting outside. Oh, it's a joker. Oh, it's a playing card. Oh, I can't see what the pattern really is. It's interesting. It's very gold, shiny, and it is a joker. For some of you who know me well, I collect joker cards, and I certainly do not have this one. Thank you, Jen. I love this. Love it, love it. I got to move it up here because I do have a few up here. Every time I get them, I try to keep them together till I can get them into my books. I'll have to show you my books one of these days. Some recipe cards. Oh, this is fun. So they're just small little cards, pre-printed on the one side, blank on the other side. Fun. Love this. And then the little dividers. Super easy to, embellish on these and then tuck them into a journal card, for a journal card. And then I love these. She got a whole pile of these and she has no desire to do anything with them. I will take them apart for the fabric, but look how pretty these bows are. So I guess they're tree decorations of some sort, but they're not hard. This is just a string. It's not even glued. So it wouldn't be hard to take these apart and repurpose the fabrics, slow stitching. Look at that. Lovely. And then there's a gold one with this purple on here. I don't know what that is. I'm sure it wouldn't be much to take apart. I will investigate further on my own. And a green one. They're so pretty. Actually, this would be pretty on, it's a little dated to put something like this on a journal cover, but it is very, very pretty. So I don't know, maybe I'll hang them up in my stash here until I have the desire to either cut them up or use them. But I love them, and I love the gems in the center. It's fun. And then, there was this scarf. This is beautiful, and it is silk, and it is gorgeous. She gave me the whole thing, I think. She didn't keep any for herself. Why not? Oh, this is so beautiful. This is super easy to tear, and it gives you such lovely strips. You know, the first couple of strands you might have to pull away after you tear it, but they are such lovely strips to use for journal ties or making ruffles. And the colors, look at the colors in here, just gorgeous. So I could have some solid, you know, where it's more of this solid pink, and then I can have some that are in this kind of mustard yellow with the orange and the pink. Just stunning. And yes, it's silk, so it will go in my silk collection. And yes, I have a silk collection. I have a velvet collection. You know, I hoard that stuff and I use it when I'm doing something special for a journal where I want, you know, a nice tie or something like that. This just feels so wonderful, and you can feel the luxury. That's all I can say, is it just feels expensive. Lovely. Jen, I'm surprised you didn't. And these are your colors too. Why wouldn't you keep some of this for yourself? But it's beautiful. I'm glad you didn't. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But I will share it back with you if you decide you want some back, because it's so, so pretty. Oh, it's just beautiful. And then some little offcuts. These will go in my slow stitch pile. In fact, I think one of these didn't, you know, because I was looking at stuff and it didn't get back in the bag, so it isn't already in my slow stitch pile. But nice little scrappy bits that are perfect for that. And then this one's a little bit bigger, so I can do all kinds of things with that. Look at the pattern in here. Great for pockets, belly bands, trims along the edge of a page. Very nice. Great ruffles too, but you would lose the design. But this just lends itself to wanting to stitch on it, you know. And that is my new thing. I know it's crazy, but yeah, I'm obsessed with it all of a sudden. And so now I look at fabrics like, oh, I can put sequins on here. I can put beads on here. So it just takes you to a whole different level of stuff. But the thing that I love the most, and this will be for myself. It is going to be selfish. I'm going to make it for myself. I know it's going to be beautiful and I love it. I'm trying to give myself a clear spot here so I can show these properly. In doing all of her fabric purging and cutting and sharing with all of us girls, she made yo-yos. She made yo-yos and ruffles, but I think she was just working on the ruffles when this came about. But she made this big bag of yo-yos for me. Now this one got a little bit squished, but I will iron them all flat. But look at the colors. So I am going to turn this into like I said, it's going to be a selfish project for me and just me. Look at this. It's beautiful. Now, I don't know what color the background will be. I'm thinking of a light orange, because that, you know, sort of a rusty orange color, because that would appeal to me. Sort of like this kind of color, but I see this has got this on here too. She did give us a few ruffles too, but she apparently made tons of them. Look at this. Now, I don't finish my yo-yos, and she doesn't either, because I know I'm going to put gems in the centers of them, or you know, some type of beads or whatever. So I'm the same way. I don't finish the edges. But here, look at these. Oh, look at this beautiful ruffle. I know I looked at these already before, but you know, it's been a couple weeks since I've looked at them, and just look at the colors with this. But the yo-yos, I just picture, and I'm lining them all up here for you to see. Look at this one. This one's got an iridescent to it. I love that. Pretty. These are like, you know, edge of a pocket, down the side of a page, little snippets to make clusters. So many fun projects with these. These will go with my ruffle pile as well. I have some ruffles, but it's always nice to get someone else's and different fabrics, right? So it's things that you may not have, and yet you put them together and they look amazing. And she, you know, she's obviously picked out all my colors. You know, this girl knows my colors so well. Now, she gave me this fabric. This is beautiful fabric. You wouldn't know it, but there are apples on here. Very, very pretty. But look at all this. Okay, I'm oohing and awing over the ruffles, but I really want to get to the yo-yos. I'm drooling over this. It's just so beautiful. Then she's done this one in burlap. Oh, I have to do a journal just for all the ruffles. That's crazy already. This is just, yes. I have so much fun with those girls. I'm going to get all sappy. And I don't want to get sappy. I dropped a yo-yo on the floor. Okay. All right, let's get to these yo-yos. Look at the colors. Now, I am just going to make myself a snippet roll that I'm going to hang on my wall for my own decor in my studio, and I'm going to make it all with Jenn's yo-yos. It's going to be so beautiful. Now, I will probably iron them all really, really flat, and then there will be something in the center of them. Oh, here's some more ruffles. Look at this. But I'm just gonna, can you see that far over? Yeah, you can. So I'm going to, oh, look at this. Isn't that beautiful? I probably won't put them close together like that. I think I'll space them a little bit more so I can add other things into it. But look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Jenn, these are gorgeous. And if you've ever made yo-yos, you know this is not something you can do in an hour. This is a long process to make these, and I really appreciate that, the time and effort to make all these, and not just for me, but she also made for Deb. Look at this one. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, it's precious. Oh my goodness. Look at, there's two of them. Oh my God. So pretty. So pretty. I'm trying to show you all of them here. I think I did. What a lovely bunch of coconuts. Isn't that gorgeous? Now I will extend it to a longer piece, and you know, I will probably enhance it with a couple of these ruffles as well, you know, in parts of it. But I really want the focus to be on these yo-yos because they're just beautiful. The colors are everything that I could dream up that I would love. Jenn, thank you so much. This is just gorgeous. Just amazing. I can't wait to sit down and make this. This is, oh, look at this. My precious. I could just sit and play with these. Just like that. It's one of those tactile things where, you know, you just want to touch and enjoy, and Deb and Jenn, thank you so much for your kindness, for your generosity, for the fun, for the laughs. Oh my gosh, we're crazy. It was just so much fun. And the food, the snacks. Deb is the queen of snacks, let me tell you. Thank you so much for a fun day I had with you. I enjoyed it all. Thank you for all of these lovely gifts. The scarf, the scarf from Deb is amazing. The glittery sleeves, the velvet, oh, the purple velvet. Thank you all for so much for all of this fun stuff, and again for your company and for the sharing of the experience. It was just amazing. That's it. That's all I have for today. If you enjoyed this, please leave me some comments, and don't forget, free digitals. If you want them, just follow the links in the description box below. You know, just click on the more and it'll drop down and you'll have lots of information there. Visit Deb's site, learn how to do some fun, crazy collage that just amazing. Deb has, she's the shopping queen. She's the queen of stamps, by the way. And visit Caroline, of course, for more free digitals. And yeah, let's just have fun today. I wish you all a very creative day and a creative week, and I look forward to seeing you all very soon. That's it. That's all. Bye for now.